What's up? My name is Devin. I also go by Infinite or Prod by Infinite. And today we got a video sponsored by Arturia. They sent me over their Pigments plugin, and I'm gonna show y'all how I made this dope Larry June melody only using Pigments. Now let's get it.
Hey, go ahead, Infinite.
All right, so before we get into anything else, I'm gonna show y'all what the melody sounds like first, and then I'm gonna get down to how I made it. Hey, hold up, hey. I know that sounded crazy, right? That's what I'm talking about. All right, so real quick, before we even get into the preset and the chords and everything like that, can we just appreciate how good it looks? Look at how good Pigments looks. It looks so good. Like, the UI is amazing, and it looks real up to date in what like VST should be looking like nowadays. So the first thing that I did was I got the emotional piano in here, just because, I mean, when it comes to old school stuff, I always like starting off with a piano. It's just a real natural instrument and a real natural way of going about making loops and everything like that. So basically, I just made like a regular chord that I would normally use all the time. Regular to a certain degree. So I really just started off with a 7th chord right here, and then I just started adding notes until it sounded like really cool to me. So I added the D sharp right here, and I also added the F right here. And then this is what that chord sounded like by itself. And I was like, cool, that's a great, like, dope vintage vibe. I like how it sounds. So just to give it more movement, all I did was just take the notes right here, and I just moved them over to the side like this. And then I just made a little triad at the top just to give it a little bit more movement. And then just kind of like adding notes just to spice everything up. And now here's what the piano sounds like by itself. Yeah, I mean, it has a real good old retro vibe, something perfect for Larry June. And then after that, I really just wanted to add a bass line. Bass lines are super important for these retro sounding loops. So I just grabbed a simple sub bass within Pigments, and I laid down this melody right here. Now that I have the chords from the piano over into where the bass is, you can see why I chose every single note for the bass. So having little grace notes and slide notes like this one right here definitely helps out with your bass lines and makes them more interesting. So I made sure to add them, and then also using a call and response type technique with the bass line, and just choosing notes that I saw in the chord progression already just made making this bass line 100 times easier. Now, when it comes to my loops, I think layering is super important. So I went to Pigments one more time, got the Mars pad, and I took the exact same chords from the piano, put it into the pad, and this is what it sounds like. And as you can see, Pigments has so many unique sounds. That's one of the reasons why I really like it. They make it really easy for you to make things that are unique with the presets that they already have. And even with the presets that they have, they make it really easy to tweak them and change them to how you want. And then I got this preset called the Modern Piano, and I basically just used it as an accent right here. Just threw a bunch of reverb and a bunch of delay on it just so it kind of echoes out throughout the whole loop. Just kind of give everything a little bit more texture. And then last but not least, I got the back to analog lead, and I put this little melody down right here. This is what it sounds like. Super cool, definitely gives that old school retro type vibe. So every single sound right here is super important because sound selection is very, very, very crucial when it comes to making these types of loops. And then that's going to conclude the video. I want to say thank you to Arturia again for sponsoring this video. My name is Devin, also go by Infinite, Pop by Infinite. And if you want to learn how to make blast beats with only stock plugins, click this little video right here.